Monday, January 19th, 2026, AGNDD intelliReport topic, Volcano Rabbit. Please pardon any visual and informational inaccuracies in this partially AI-generated article-based video. Discover the volcano rabbit, a unique primitive leopard from Mexico's volcanic slopes with a rich history of discovery and naming. The volcano rabbit, Romerologus diazi, was first described in 1893 by Fernando Ferrari Perez as Lepus diazi, honoring Mexican cartographer Agustin Diaz. The type specimen came from Ixtachihuatl volcano in Puebla, Mexico. In 1896, Clinton Hart Merriam independently described it as Romerologus nelsoni from Popocatépetl, creating the genus Romerologus after Matias Romero and noting its unique traits like four-legged running. Garrett Smith Miller Jr. resolved the nomenclature in 1911, combining it as Romerologus diazi. Paulino Rojas Mendoza clarified authority in 1952, resulting in Romerologus diazi. Ferrari Perez in A. Diaz, 1893. Named for its volcanic slope habitat, it has Nahuatl names, Zacatoctle or Zacatuch, grass rabbit, linking to festuca grass, and Teparingo, possibly from Tepetl, mountain, Olin, movement, and Co, location. The volcano rabbit, Romerologus diazi, is the sole species in its genus, with no recognized subspecies or known fossils. Morphological and genetic analyses reveal it as the most primitive living leopard. It exhibits high genetic diversity, divided into 5 haplogroups across its range, with limited gene flow due to proximity between populations. In 1929, Lee R. Dice classified it in the subfamily Paleolaginae, alongside genera like Pentalagus, Pronologus, and extinct plus Allolagus and Paleologus. A cladogram, derived from mitochondrial genome studies of the volcano rabbit, European rabbit, snowshoe hare, Lepus americanus, and black-tailed jackrabbit, Lepus californicus, integrates with a broader phylogenetic tree by Leandro Iracabal Nunes and colleagues, highlighting its evolutionary position. The volcano rabbit, Romerologus diazi, is among the world's smallest rabbits, weighing 386,602 g, 0.8511.327 pounds, and measuring 23.4, 31.1 centimeters, 9.2, 12.2 in, long. It features small, rounded ears under 4 centimeters, 1.6 in, short hind feet, 4.2, 5.5 centimeters, or 1.7, 2.2 in, and a vestigial tail hidden in adults. Females have 3 pairs of mammary glands. Its dense short fur is yellowish-brown, blending with volcanic soils for camouflage, with black-tipped hairs and buff areas near the nose, eyes, and ears. The coat molts in 4 stages annually but doesn't change color seasonally. Resembling picas and the amami rabbit, its skull includes triangular brow projections, a long palate, separated interparietal bone, and large auditory bullae. Dental formula: 2/1 incisors, 0/0 canines, 3/2 premolars, 3/3 molars, total 28. Bones show a complete clavicle, segmented sternum, short navicular, and curved pelvis, akin to extinct leopards like Necrologus and Limnologus. Volcano rabbits, Romerologus diazi, are endemic to a 386 sq.km area southeast of Mexico City, inhabiting alpine scrublands around volcanoes like Popocatépetl, Iztaccíhuatl, Cerro Tlaloc, and El Pelado. The largest populations thrive in Iztaccíhuatl-Popocatépetl National Park, particularly at vegetated Alzamoni Peak. Historically widespread in the trans-Mexican volcanic belt, their range has fragmented into 19 patches due to human activities like highways, farming, afforestation, fires, and grazing. They prefer altitudes of 3,150 to 3,400 m, up to 2,800 to 4,250 m, in temperate subhumid climates with 9.6 degrees Celsius average temperature and 1,500 mm annual rainfall. Soils are andisols and lithosols. Vegetation mixes Nearctic and Neotropical elements, favoring dense Zacaton grasses, for example, Muhlenbergia macrura, Festuca amplissima, and pine alder forests. Climate change impacts edge populations. Once present on Nevado de Toluca, they were declared extinct there in 2018, but persist elsewhere in the belt and in captivity. Volcano rabbits live in small groups of 2-5 members, creating runways and burrows up to 5 m long and 40 centimeters deep, often with multiple entrances hidden under dense grass or soil cracks. They repurpose abandoned burrows from other mammals and rely on thick vegetation for cover, as they are slow movers preferring higher, less open areas like pygmy rabbits. They emit high-pitched warnings to alert groups, a trait unique among rabbits but shared with pikas. Diurnal and most active in early morning-evening, they have a wild lifespan under a year. Reproduction involves males selecting and pursuing females with circling and mounting rituals. Gestation lasts 39-41 days, yielding 3 young per litter, 4-5 litters, year. Young wean at 28 days and mature at 185 days. Breeding occurs year-round, peaking in summer. Nests are shallow, grass-lined depressions built April-September. Captive breeding struggles without dense undergrowth. Females dominate socially, showing more aggression than males, who rarely fight. The volcano rabbit primarily consumes grasses like Festuca amplissima, Muhlenbergia macrura, Jarava ichu, and Eryngium rosea, which also serve as cover from predators. Studies show Eryngium macrura appears in 89% of their pellets, forming the dietary base, though it alone lacks sufficient energy and protein. Rabbits supplement with more digestible plants, including flowers, seeds, roots, leaves, and bulbs, as well as species like F. tolucensis, Alchemilla sibaldifolia, Museniopsis arguta, and Cunilla tritifolium. Protein availability limits population sizes, with higher biomass areas supporting larger groups. In captivity, they are fed chinchilla pellets, alfalfa hay, and M. macrura grass. Predators and parasites of the volcano rabbit. The volcano rabbit faces predation from various species. In Iztaccíhuatl Popocatépetl National Park, it constitutes 12.5% of bobcat prey and 5.5% of coyote prey. Other key predators include long-tailed weasels, red-tailed hawks, rattlesnakes, and feral dogs near villages. Parasites affecting the rabbit include nematodes, cestodes, fleas, and mites, many of which are host-specific. Notably, it hosts 2 Cheletiella mite species, Cheletiella romerolagi and Cheletiella parasitovorax. Uncommon as typically only one species infests a host. Additional species-specific parasites are Boreostrongylus romerolagi, Dermatoxys romerolagi, Lamothiella romerolagi, Anoplocephaloides romerolagi, Cetiopsilla tepalata, and Hoplopsilus pectinatus. Wild rabbits also harbor ticks, Ixodidae family, chiggers, Trombiculidae, and botfly larvae, Cuterebridae. The volcano rabbit is classified as endangered by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN. In 2019, IUCN estimated approximately 7,000 individuals remain in the wild, with the population declining. Earlier studies suggested a higher range of 11,000 to 25,000 rabbits. Similarly, Mexico's Secretariat of Environment and Natural Resources lists the species as endangered. Summary of threats to the volcano rabbit, Romerologus diazi. Studies from the 1980s to 1990s highlight human and natural factors shrinking and fragmenting the volcano rabbit's habitat. Over 18,000 years, a 5 to 6 degrees Celsius temperature rise has reduced its range to potentially 10% of original size. Specific habitat and diet needs make it vulnerable to fragmentation, with patches becoming isolated and unsuitable. Near Mexico City, urban and agricultural expansion, logging, grass harvesting, livestock grazing, and poor park management, for example, afforestation, ineffective ditches, exacerbate decline. Human activities enable cottontail rabbits to encroach, likely due to habitat shifts rather than direct competition. Species sometimes coexist sympatrically. Climate change drives rabbits to higher suboptimal elevations. Hunting persists despite CITES Appendix 1 listing and Mexican bans due to lax enforcement in abandoned areas. Though poor for meat skins, it's hunted. Grazing, fires, and wildfires threaten populations even in parks, but burned areas can repopulate if undisturbed and Muhlenbergia macrura grass is present. Summary of volcano rabbit conservation efforts. Captive breeding of the endangered volcano rabbit has faced challenges. In 1968, British naturalist Gerald Durrell's attempt failed when the sole male died of coccidiosis, leaving only female offspring. Subsequent efforts show varying success with high infant mortality. The only captive group at Chapultepec Zoo, starting small, has lost genetic diversity over 20 generations compared to wild populations. The IUCN's 1990 action plan focused on grassland and protected area management, public education, and avoiding lab use to prevent wild population strain. A 1994 book, El Conejo Zacatuche, detailed natural history, human impacts, and conservation actions, but none were implemented by 2018. Some wild populations have recovered due to Popocatépetl's volcanic activity limiting herder and tourist access. In conclusion, the volcano rabbit exemplifies evolutionary uniqueness, thriving in Mexico's volcanic realms with a storied taxonomic history and vital conservation needs.
Thank you for watching this AGNDD intelliReport, dear viewers. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell button to get notified during new uploads. And make sure to tune in next time. Stay safe and healthy. Cheers!